What's up, Julie? It looks like you're doing great, actually. I like these temple squats. I think it allows us to really focus on things that we need to focus on. So that is midfoot balance, knee position, back angle, and overall tightness in general. Okay. I think you're right there with depth. As you get closer to the ground, as you get closer to depth, just kind of push your knees out just a little bit more. What this will do, this will help kind of give you a little bit of clearance. But looking at this video here, that looks right on. The problem with videoing is we're we're kind of stuck at one angle. So sometimes if the camera angle is a little bit too low, everything kind of looks high. If the camera angle is too high, everything looks like it's to depth. But this front view really kind of gives me a good picture on depth there. And I can't really see the top of your thighs, which tells me that you're at a good position there. Yeah, so focus on knee position, focus on back angle, and then also focus on distributing your weight from left to right as evenly as possible. Okay, and I think these look pretty good. We're taking a different approach. Instead of just adding weight to the bar, this is building time and attention. This is helping us build our positions. How do you feel with the temple squats as we go forward? I like to build a little bit more volume, and as the knee gets better and better, we'll start kind of increasing speed in a very slow and incremental way. Okay. Yeah, the knuckles up. That felt way different, huh? So I just kind of wanna, and what that does too is that places the bar in a nice, backwards position here. All right. So just be careful at the bottom. At the bottom, and as you start pressing up, just wanted to show you kind of the wrist there. I saw like kind of a little bit of movement. Let's see. Right at the bottom there. But keep those fingers clamped down on that bar, nice and tight. And that little bit of movement there, you can see the wrist kind of rotate up. All right. Okay, you see that movement? So honestly, it's really not that bad. Um, and the weight's kind of fairly light right now. Um, so it's not going to exactly feel like a heavy set. And, the weight's light, so we can really focus on a lot of things. But what this is going to do is going to help build our strength endurance. I find with the bench press and the overhead press, we really adapt pretty well to a lot of volume. Okay. And this is most people in general. So I think this is a good phase to go through. And what we'll use this AMRAP set or a multiple rep set that is above this to determine how we're making progress, right? So with these sets of 5, we're really focusing on perfect form, perfect form, perfect form. And with the set of 12, we're really trying to push ourselves and see what we're kind of capable of doing, okay? So as the weight gets a little bit heavier, this AMRAP set will kind of taper down a little bit, but I don't want to mess with something that is kind of just going to naturally develop as time goes on. So I'd like to keep progressing the weight here, keeping these sets of 5 as we do the AMRAP set, okay? And yeah, I see what you mean with the deadlift, okay? So I freeze framed these two images, all right? So this is the bottom position of that first video, and this is the bottom position of that second video. Yeah, you're a much better balance. So like if you look at this, notice how the bar is kind of forward of your toe. And here you can't really see your toe, okay? It's kind of like a little bit more of a midfoot. But I'm glad that you're liking these floating deadlifts. I'm very eager because we're right about at 65, and 65 we could put the big plate on there. And what that's going to do, that's going to help stop the bottom range of motion. I noticed that kind of you go extra low before you start. And putting the plates on there is going to help us with that stopping position. But Yeah, keep kicking butt. I want that position just like that and keep it over midfoot. And like I said, with the weight lighter, it's easy to kind of manipulate the weight around. So, you're strong now. So you can manhandle, female handle the weight because it's so much lower than what you're capable of doing. So as the weight gets heavier, it will approximate over the midfoot. It'll be harder and harder to deviate from that. So, but I want this position as much as possible, and let's keep kicking butt.